Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do my Green Bay Packers Week 5 Beast recap show. So my Green Bay Packers came out on top 24-19 to go 3-2 on the season. But it was a very hard-fought battle in the end of the day. There was a lot of ups and downs with this match. But in the end, we still came out on top. Jordan Love came out very shaky in the first half. The first we did get the touchdown. We got the first touchdown of the game. That was a good possession. But after that, Jordan Love looked very, very not that great for the rest of the first half. He threw a boneheaded pick six to the Rams defense, trying to avoid a safety, and then it was intercepted for a touchdown. Though they did miss the extra point on that, which that put them at 13 because they did get another touchdown afterwards before that. So that was bad, but right before halftime, they were able to get a field goal. So Love was kind of poised on that. But when we came out in the second half, we were just a different ball team. The defense had not got a turnover yet in the game up to this point, and then we got an interception. We got a fumble recovery. We really stepped it up. Which that led to touchdowns, and we were up 24. The Rams did come back a little bit towards the end there. They got a touchdown. They went for two. They didn't get it. And then it was getting really crucial because we couldn't finish the game off by scoring a field goal or another touchdown. But our defense stepped up and stopped them from getting a touchdown. They had to get a touchdown. They couldn't settle for a field goal because they missed the two-pointer. We had a sack right at the end there, which that set up 3rd down and 12. They did get a completion. It set up 4th and 5. They didn't. They stopped them. And that was the end of the game right there. Needed down rest. Overall, it was a good team win. Once again, the defense stepped up big. Defense really, to me, was the story of the game. As usual, this defense has been looking stacked this year. They are turnover machine. I believe we are still the number 1 turnover team in the NFL. Smith had half a sack. Brooks had 1.5 sack. Cooper had a sack. 3 overall. A lot of hits as Stafford was on his back a lot. They were forcing him. The line did a really good job. The pass rush line defensive line did a really good job at really rushing Matthew Stafford to throw the balls quicker, which led to a lot of inaccuracy throws. So that was really probably the key to the game. Our terrible kicker actually did manage to make a field goal, like I said, right before half. He did make all the extra points as well that were attempted. Jordan Love finished with 15 of 26, 224 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Josh Jacobs, again, did good in the beginning, kind of was stuffed towards the end there. but ended up with 19 attempts, 73 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. Love had 3 attempts for 10 yards, 6 attempts for 24 yards rushing for Wilson. Jaden Reed also had 2 attempts for 19 yards rushing. For receiving, we had the star of the game was Tucker Kraft, who had 4 receptions for 88 yards, 2 touchdown passes, big on the fantasy league there. Jaden Reed was also very, very contributed. He got a really good pass at the beginning of the game that set up the Josh Jacobs opening rushing touchdown. He had 4 receptions for 78 yards receiving. Heath had 2 for 14 yards. Wicks had 2 receptions for 20 yards. Milton had 1 reception for 12 yards, and Josh Jacobs had 1 reception for 21 yards. So those are all our receivers. Also, Wilson had -9 passing yards or receiving yards. Love did cause a fumble, but when you look at the he did cause a fumble. He also did have 1 interception, which again we talked about. The interception was the worst play ever. Like I said, overall it was a very good game, a very solid game. Again, Matt is our head coach. Is I think they were saying like he was undefeated against them. He's 6-0 now against the Rams head coach, Sean McVay. So yeah, Matt LaFleur is doing very, very good for himself right now against his former coaching staff guy there. So I like to see that. I like to see him beat him every time, obviously. Overall, I'm happy with the performance. It's still kind of shaky with Jordan Love. Again, I kind of wished he could have put the game away. Again, the boneheaded interception was horrible. Some people are like, oh, well, it's just, Brett Favre did that too, but, I mean, at that point, just throw it to the ground at that point, or just take the safety at that point, because that was not the right. At that point, I would have just thrown it to the ground. I mean, he threw it low, but he didn't throw it low enough where it would be uncatchable. But you throw it just to kind of get away from it, to make sure it's away. But Love did make some step-up plays in this game, which definitely helped the outcome of this game. But again, story of this game was the defense. I mean, without the defense, I don't think we win this game. The defense played very good, and they stepped up when they needed to. The Rams did get points in this game, but the defense did very good at holding them, and they got the turnovers when they needed the turnovers, which set up points for the Packers. It really, to me, felt that really turned the momentum around. And again, the Rams only got 2 offensive touchdowns in this game, because the second touchdown, obviously we know that was just Jordan Love making a boneheaded decision. So they did pretty good holding the Rams, and getting the turnovers when they needed to get the turnovers in the second half. So to me, solid game. I obviously like the performance. Again, next week we do have the Cardinals in Green Bay, so who they obviously just won today. So something to look forward to. But if we're back in Green Bay, probably be a little more better as the weeks go on, especially Jordan Love's recovery time. Um, he obviously looks a lot better coming out. Again, shaky, but still, um, overall, he did very good. He did very good. Still worried about if we're gonna get into those fourth 2-minute drill situations. But we never got into that situation here because we were winning going into the fourth quarter. Um, but yeah, I'm happy with the performance. Now, also, we need to bring this up too because we didn't address it in Beast Picks, NFL Beast Picks with my co-host Kyle, the Reigning 48. But Romeo Doubs was suspended by the team because of what happened last week in the Vikings game where they showed him on the sidelines being very frustrated. There's rumors going around that he might be traded to a different team. And I'm just going to say this right now. If we do trade Romeo Doubs, we better be getting a good receiver with it. We need a top receiver. Christian Watkins is out right now, obviously. But Dobbs didn't play because of, this whole, suspension by the team, not by the NFL, by the team. This was a team decision. I don't know if he'll play next week, and we don't know if this might be his last game with the Green Bay Packers. Or last week against the Vikings may have been his last game with the Green Bay Packers because he didn't play today because of the suspension. But he might be possibly being traded very soon. And I don't know how that's going to change everything, but I hope we do get a top receiver for him at that point because we need it. I like Dobbs, but I mean, if we can get like an upgrade, because we the one thing, we had Devontae Adams, which there's rumors about Devontae Adams coming back to Green Bay now. Maybe he goes to the Jets, but there's possibility he didn't play today against the Raiders because he's dealing with a hamstring injury as well. But he is frustrated with the team. There's a possibility there that we might get Devontae Adams back. I don't know how we're gonna get Devontae Adams back though. To be honest though, because I was just talking about this. Like, I don't know how we get Devontae Adams back because the salary cap issue, because we just signed Jordan Love to that big contract. So the salary cap issue is going to be a big issue if we decide to trade for Jordan Love. Now, I know Brian, a couple of years ago, when they traded Devontae Adams, they originally wanted to keep him. They were going to match. There was reports out that they saying they were going to match the Raiders' offer if Devontae Adams wanted to stay, and he was like, no, I want to go. I want to go play with my teammate Carr with the Raiders, and of course Carr's not there anymore. But I wonder if there's a possibility we trade Romeo Doubs with other either draft picks or something to get Devontae Adams. Because if we get Devontae Adams on our team, again, that to me would be a huge upgrade compared to Romeo Doubs. Even though I like Romeo Doubs and he's a good receiver, I mean, there's no contest right now. Devontae Adams is much better. I mean, if he goes to the Jets, that would benefit Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers and them know each other like the back pocket. They had a lot of chemistry with one another. But that's the one thing I'm worried because like Jordan Love doesn't have the same chemistry with Devontae Adams as he would have with Aaron Rodgers, you know, because those two were neck and neck, thick and skin, basically. I don't know if you'd have the same chemistry with Love. Um, but it's possible for them to get used to each other. But yeah, like, I just wonder what it's going to cost to get him. Like, I think we're going to have to, like, give up a first or something like that, you know, to get him and Dobbs. Maybe we give up only a second in Dobbs because, you know, maybe because his value's a little down now compared to what he was a couple of years ago. But I'm very interested to see where he's definitely not going to the AFC. He's not like I heard he might go to Kansas. There's no way the Raiders are trading him to Kansas City. Okay, they're not gonna give Kansas City another receiver, you know, to compete against them like that. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not happening. So I think he might go back to the NFC. That's more likely, unless he goes to the Jets, which are still the AFC. But I mean, it's not the division, so there is a little difference there. But yeah, that is a rumor going around. You know, Dobbs being frustrated, Adams being frustrated in Las Vegas right now. You know, thick and thin right now. We'll see what happens there. Obviously, he's dealing with a hamstring injury, so it probably won't happen until the deadline. Like, I don't think it will happen right now because I think they always usually wait for those things. You know, they always usually wait for those things, the week 8 deadline and stuff like that. It used to be week 6, now it's week 8. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. But I wanted to briefly talk to it because we didn't talk about that in the NFL Beast Picks predictions video. But that is a possibility, and that would definitely be a good upgrade because we are like, I think we're like in second right now. We're either in second or third, depending on where the Lions are right now. In the records, we're 3-2. So, all right, they list us at third right now, so we are behind the Lions. But the Lions were on a bye. Well, yeah, because the Lions are 3-1 right now. The Vikings are obviously 5-0. Yeah, so it would definitely be an upgrade. It would definitely be a way to compete with the Vikings right now, who are undefeated right now. So maybe we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. This was my recap. Great win by the Packers, beating the Rams. Go, Pack, go! And on to the next game, to the Cardinals. I'm the Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace! Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Ultimate Goku, Twitch, The Ultimate Goku, Instagram, The Ultimate Goku. I do have a Discord link in the description, too, where we talk about a lot of various topics, including the NFL Packers right now, my Packers. Also, I do have a YouTube tier list as well, so make sure to go check that as well. And now I'm out. Peace.